Support for the Leadoff on WGLT and WGLT.org comes from the Central Illinois Regional Airport. The airport team strives to make air travel accessible to all through the Sunflower program, allowing individuals to self-identify when they need more assistance. More on the Hidden Disability Sunflower program at CIRA.com.
Bloomington's new pro hockey team is in a New York state of mind. That's one of the things you need to know to start your day for Friday, May 31st. I'm Ryan Denham, and this is WGLT's The Leadoff. Now let's lead off with the Bloomington Bison's new partnership with an NHL hockey team. WGLT's Lauren Warnicki has the story.
Bloomington's minor league hockey team unveiled a partnership with the New York Rangers in a 5-year affiliation deal with the NHL. The Bloomington Bison announced the partnership Thursday at Grosinger Motors Arena, where they will play their inaugural season in the ECHL this fall. Philip Barsky will be the team's head coach.
With you supporting our players and our organization, what I believe to be true is that we're teaching ourselves and we're teaching your children to chase their dreams.
Barsky will build the roster from the ground up, bringing a steady hockey presence to the arena for the first time in 5 years. Matt Harlow is Director of Hockey Operations for the Heartland Wolfpack, another developmental team connected to the Rangers.
We are invested in this team and invested in this community, and we truly believe that the ECHL is an important developmental level for both the Wolfpack and the Rangers.
Thursday's press conference came days after the death of Scott Allen of Kokomo, Indiana. He was slated to be the Bison's vice president of operations. Allen was killed in a car accident Monday in rural McLean County. He was previously MC for the Indy Fuel, another ECHL team also owned by Bison owner Jim Hallett. Hallett called Allen a tremendous person.
Full of energy, full of enthusiasm, just a great guy, great with the fans, great with the kids, great with the players. He was really the face of the Indy Fuel in many respects.
For the Leadoff, I'm Lauren Warnicki.
Here's some other stories we're following in the WGLT newsroom. Governor J.B. Pritzker says justice has been served by the guilty verdict on all counts in Donald Trump's hush money criminal trial. Pritzker predicts that Trump will never be reelected president. The Midwest Food Bank is getting help with distribution across central Illinois from Amazon. The e-commerce retailer will donate last-mile delivery support, increasing the range that food is collected from and the amount that the food bank can take in. And Unit 5 schools in Bloomington-Normal will get more than $1 million to help buy 5 electric school buses. That money comes from the federal EPA's 2023 Clean School Bus Rebate Program. You can find more on these stories at WGLT.org. A program coming to the Eureka School District just northwest of Bloomington-Normal is part of a push from an Ohio nonprofit to offer Bible classes during the public school day. Colin Shope reports.
Just outside of Eureka at Cross Point Community Church, a few interested parents brave a dust storm warning to learn about a new program. LifeWise Academy is an Ohio-based nonprofit with a straightforward goal: Bible education during the school day in a public school.
The first question I had is, how can you do that? That can't be legal. And so they proceeded to tell me the story.
That's Leah Walder, the program director for LifeWise Eureka and a former grade school teacher herself. Walder learned about the concept of release time religious instruction in 2018 when she learned about her husband's experience from his childhood in northeastern Ohio.
It's from a Supreme Court ruling back in the 1950s that says we can legally provide religious instruction to public school students during school hours as long as it meets 3 criteria.
In 1952, in Zorek v. Clausen, the Supreme Court rejected a challenge to release time religious instruction, as long as it's 1, off-school property, 2, privately funded, and 3, requires parent permission. As of this school year, CEO Joel Pinton says there are more than 330 LifeWise programs at schools across the country. Next year, they anticipate more than 500.
But that number changes almost daily. I would be surprised if we find ourselves in more than 600 schools next year.
According to ProPublica, the nonprofit's operations skyrocketed between 2022 and 2023, from $6.5 million to almost $14 million in revenue. Pinton says this revenue comes from donations from religious organizations, churches, and private donors. Local chapters of LifeWise also do their own fundraising to pay a $20 fee per student per year to the national office.
To provide a program that's going to build out the infrastructure to reach the 13,000 school districts nationwide is going to It's going to be expensive, and so we do have very generous donors.
For Leah Walder with LifeWise Eureka, bringing the program to Eureka Community School District 140 started with an interest survey. From there, the program appointed a steering committee and an advisory team, got approval from the school district, and made an agreement with the owner of a greenhouse near the Eureka Middle School to help renovate it.
So we're in the process of starting to recruit a teacher, which will likely be a paid position. And then we will also recruit volunteers so that there's a teacher and a few volunteers present at each LifeWise class.
The students will attend one class a week for approximately 40 minutes. They plan to start with just 5th graders and expand over time. Walder is still working with the district on when exactly this class takes place, but they usually happen during a lunch, recess, study hall, or elective class period like art or music. The curriculum is called the Gospel Project and designed by the Christian resources nonprofit Lifeway. It uses chronological Bible stories as lessons with a specific character trait anchoring the session. As an example, Walder has a trading card with the story of God's covenant with Abraham on one side and art of Abraham with the word hope on the other. She says it's important to her that students have opportunities to get these lessons during the school day, working around busy parent schedules. LifeWise Academy CEO Joel Pinton calls biblical scripture fundamental to the country and the education system, a foundation he claims has been removed.
Trying to provide all sorts of knowledge and skills without a foundation, without a worldview, doesn't work. Trying to educate kids without giving them a moral framework is not a good idea.
As the meeting at Cross Points Community Church wraps up, parent Stephen Souder says though none of his kids will be in 5th grade next year, he hopes they'll eventually be part of the program.
So certainly something, if there's an opportunity, we'd love for our kids to hear that from multiple voices in their life, not just us.
The program can't send flyers home from school, so news of LifeWise spreads on flyers posted around the community and by word of mouth. Souder says he plans to tell others about the program, but doesn't think it's a hard sell in Eureka. I'm Colin Shope.
LifeWise Eureka plans to start their first classes with the new school year in September. Before we let you go, tomorrow is the 30th anniversary of the Tri-Shark Classic Triathlon. Nearly 1,200 athletes and volunteers are expected to gather at Cumlar Park near Hudson, just north of Bloomington-Normal. And that's it for today. I'm Ryan Denham. You can subscribe to the Leadoff on the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.